Okay, we're going to talk about special right triangles. We're just going to do one specific case, though, from geometry. It says, recall from geometry that there are special ratios for the side lengths of a 30, 60, 90 triangle. I'll fill in the 30 there. And a 45, 45, 90 triangle. Sometimes people call this the isosceles triangle, because if you have two equal angles, you would have two equal sides. What if the hypotenuse of these three triangles was 1? So here's what I'd like you to do first. Fill in 1, fill in all three. And then see if we can follow this pattern. If the hypotenuse is 1, well, the formula to get that side is 2 times x. So 2 times what number gives you 1? Many people just say, oh, it's a half. They can just do that. Otherwise, you can say 1 equals 2x and simply solve for x to see 1/2. And that gives you what's down here, which is called your short leg. It's the one next to the 60, and that one will always be 1/2. This one right here, you can see, says take x, which we said was 1/2, and multiply by √3. So we will take our 1/2 and multiply it by √3, which is better stated as √3/2. So for what we're working with, this is the ratios that we need. Your hypotenuse is twice your short leg, and it will always be 1. And your long leg is √3 times your short leg. So if we go down here, this is another 30, 60, 90 triangle. It's just this time my short leg of 1/2 is down here, and my long leg is up and down. Same triangle. Next one is your 45, 45, 90 triangle. If you remember from geometry, if you have two angles that are equal, you have an isosceles triangle. So that means you'd have two sides that are the same. Okay, the formula to get this side is the legs are both the same, they're x, and the hypotenuse is the leg times √2. So my hypotenuse was 1. The formula for that side was x times √2. So if I wanted to solve for x, the reverse of timesing by √2 would be to divide by √2. So x equals 1 over √2, which we can't leave a radical in the denominator, so I'm going to rationalize that, and I get √2 over 2, and the legs are both the same. And if you doubt yourself, you can always take the leg and multiply it by √2 and see if it comes out to be the hypotenuse. √2 times √2 is 2. There was a 2 on the bottom. 2 divided by 2 is 1. So we know we're correct. But to be quite honest, if you can remember three numbers for me, short leg being 1/2, highlight those. The long leg being √3 over 2. And that the legs that are equal on a 45, 45, 90 triangle are √2 over 2, you're in great shape.